Hi, my name is Razor Wire, and this is a twin flame reading. This reading is for entertainment purposes only. Today we'll be using the Fountain Tarot, and once again, the Journey of Love Oracle. And for those of you who didn't watch yesterday's video, I recommend this deck to anyone on the twin flame journey. Alright, let's start with the feminine today and see what we get. And I think we'll be taking 3 cards for each. Let's take that. Ones that are sticking up here. Well, we got 4, but close enough. That's how it came out. Alright, so we have the 4 of Swords. And the 4 of Swords is all about recuperation, rest, recovery. You know, honoring your body's natural rhythms, your circadian rhythms, making sure you're getting enough rest. You know, the journey, like all things, it happens in cycles. So there's a cycle, you know, a time for rest, a time for play, a time for, you know, the healing work. And it's important to honor each of those stages and not to force it. You know, I know sometimes in the journey you kind of want to speed through the healing part, you know, so you push yourself too hard, too fast, and you end up doing more damage than good. And here we have the King of Coins, and you can see the light coming down. This man is blessed with good fortune. He is blessed with abundance and wealth. He's secure and stable, and I think that this is saying to you that you need to, you know, be emotionally stable, you know, but before you attempt to be in a relationship with someone else, you have to have reached a certain point of emotional stability and be grounded. You have to take the time to build those foundations in that friendship, within the relationship, but also with yourself. You know, you have to build a friendship with yourself as well. And then we've got the Queen of Cups. You know, here the woman is, you know, sitting within this lake, and this card is about intuition, good intentions, sincerity, compassion, you know, sensitivity. You know, it can imply someone who is a little bit erratic, a little bit impulsive with their emotions. You know, in this this card, as with the other Cups cards, you can see that the woman looks a little bit transparent almost, because emotions can make us feel vulnerable, but there's also, you know, an element of transparency, of being honest with what you're feeling, first to yourself and then with others. And now we have the Knight of Cups, and you have this young man sitting in this waterfall. Is all of these emotions. You know, the cup is on top of his head, on his crown chakra. So he's opening up himself. he's opening up the crown chakra, receiving, you know, messages and downloads from spirit. He's seeing the signs. You know, he feels it in his heart. You know, he's trusting in his heart, but he's also, you know, balanced. He's got this cup is balanced on his head, so he's balanced between heart and mind. It's about stability. The King of Cups is a good listener. He's a diplomat. You know, he's compassionate, a loving partner. You know, but just as with the Queen of Cups, there's an element of transparency, you know, to the character. So this indicates the need to be, you know, honest with yourself, to not to let your emotions completely define you, right? You know, but to let them flow through you. All right, next we're going to do a Journey of Love card for the feminine, and I'm going to read the book just like I did yesterday, because I feel like the messages in the book are really, really good. So I'm going to read them, and we're just going to try to take the main one, but I've got to anyway, so we'll have to read two. And we've got the spaces between the words and distant shores. Okay, so we're going to start with the spaces between the words. When we look for guidance, we often look for words that clarify. How many times have you tried to have your twin define the journey, define the relationship, and look for confirmation in the 3D? To reassure and help us find our authentic path between the chaos. Yet there is also guidance in the spaces between the words, between each letter, between all the happenings in our lives, where there is nothing to be said, where there are no lines to be colored in, where there is just openness. Those are the times when we need to freestyle. We need to do or not do based on what is happening for us right in the moment. Often there is far less to do than we think. Often we don't need to think. There is a space forming around you now. Sometimes when we sense this subconsciously, we feel exhilarated and excited, anxious and nervous, and not even sure why. There is a sense perhaps that we wouldn't mind having a map of this unknown terrain, an instruction manual. I feel you. Or perhaps we are happy to wing it and make it up as we go. Either way, there is space to just be. It is a receiver for the divine presence. If you have a lot of space of unknowing around you now or within you, then just know that there is a lot of divine presence to be received. It can't be explained really. It happens between the words, and yet without it, there wouldn't be any words, any guidance at all. The oracle speaks to you. Enter this space and let go, for your time to receive is upon you. Be blessed. Daybirth. The eastern rise of time on newborn wings bursts out across the lifeless crowd and sings its climb to heights unknown, of beauty, warmth, and power upon its throne. To fade again in western sky, and only for a moment to lie, before it takes its course again, to breathe once more in heart of man. So this is making the space in your life, space for love, space for abundance. Oftentimes, for something new to come in, we have to let go of something. We have to let go. It could be of an idea, of a way of thinking, of a perspective that we've had for a long time. It could be letting go of our fears or our doubts. It could be ending one relationship to make way for a new, healthier relationship. But in order to receive, we have to first allow, we have to make space in our lives for that which we want to receive. And next we have distant shores. 18, I think. Here we go. Your soul is yearning for more. The divine is all, and there are no limits to what can be experienced in the soul. The soul is so hungry for divine reunion that it will seek out whatever is needed to get there, even if that means journeying to strange or exotic shores for expanded experience. You may be feeling this soul impulse as an urge to travel, to try something new, to let go of the limitations of your mind and how you see your current life, and to begin to see the new in what was once familiar. The art of the passionate soul is to be able to see that which is new and fresh, even in what is known. Though sometimes we can use the help of a fresh vista to inspire the mind to open and the heart to be ready to receive more. It's time for you to reach for the distant shores that are calling to you now, beloved. Don't pack your bags with too much thought. You'll travel light and easy with less baggage, and you'll need plenty of space to receive that which is new. It's really adding on to that card, isn't it? This oracle brings you a message. You will benefit greatly from travel right now. You may travel through the mind, reading journals of faraway lands or times, or watch a film that transports you. Moving your body to a different place is another way, bringing fresh energy by unplugging you for a short time from what you know, to plug you in to a different circuit, so that you may receive different energy. So when the opportunity to travel arises for you soon, whether it be a jaunt far away or a day in a different place, take it. Don't worry if it doesn't seem practical. The divine is so much more important, intelligent, and capable of genius than what mere logic would have us believe. I waited for the dawn, not wanting to go, but knowing I soon would have to leave. I waited for the first light, listening, joining with you on each breath and each exhale. I watched as morning came, and you gently stirred, knowing our love was not measured in time, not the minutes that quickly passed, or the hours as departure approached. How I wanted to linger, how I wanted to tell you that this moment would last forever, and whisper one more time, I love you. And then you held me and said it first, and goodbye no longer mattered. All right, so in both of these, it's talking about making space in your life, being open to new ways of doing things, new ways of being, new perspectives. Right now travel is is restricted, but you can still journey in your dreams. You can still imagine the life that you want in your dreams. You can, as I suggested, unplug, cut off social media for a while. I know a lot of people follow their twin flames on social media and they can get really caught up in it. And sometimes it can be very painful because, let's face it, people post, they only post a very narrow, limited version of their lives. And some of it's not even true. What they post, it's this wanting people to see them in a certain way, caring what others think, showing off a little. And, people spend like hours trying to get the perfect selfie and so forth. So a lot of what you see on social media is not real anyway. So it could be time to step away from that, to let go of that. If you're finding that keeping up with your twin on social media is just, upsetting you and making you doubt the journey or making you doubt their commitment to the process, it's probably time to, to step back and give yourself some breathing room. It's okay to say, what, I need some space to reevaluate. It's also about surrender, giving it up to the divine. All right, now let's do the masculine. As I said before, the masculine is not necessarily male. It can be female as well, or they can be female as well. All right, so we've got the Five of Wands. And the Five of Wands is a card of conflict, right? You can see the color here. It's like these passionate sunset colors. Everybody has different opinions about how things should play out. These can be the conflicts within the masculine himself. In this card, none of the characters are very clearly defined, so it could all be aspects of the same person, or it could be different people competing for the same thing. Your masculine also is aware that you have options, that there might be some competition on the horizon if they leave things to go for too long. So the Five Wands is about competition. It could even, like I said, refer to the ego, to the doubt and the fear that stirs up in the ego. And the Two of Wands. And in this particular Two of Wands, you can see that the hand here is, they've got the world in their hands. This person is ready for that next step. They are ready for adventure. They are ready to move forward with their feelings. They are ready to claim their legacy, their prize at the end of the fight. They're ready for that. So your masculine, he is preparing, whatever it might look like on social media. Your masculine is making preparations for the future. And here we have the Star. And the Star, is about hope and inspiration, but it's also about, guidance. Your masculine might be receiving, guidance from a friend or family member on how to resolve certain conflicts in their life, some of the obstacles which might be keeping and for moving forward in the twin flame relationship. The star is also, that kind of beacon of light in the distance. That's you, divine feminine. You are the light, and the more you raise your vibration, the stronger that light becomes, the clearer the path becomes. All right. Now we'll do a journey of love card, or 2, or 3, or whatever comes out. Just now there was a little bird outside my window. There's these little songbirds that like to sit on the windowsill outside and just knock on the glass. Even when I have the blinds closed. They're out there tapping for my attention. And birds are messengers. So if you're having little birds outside of your window tapping on the glass, it could be that a message is coming. We've got heart of the moment and the breaking. Oh, it's the journey of love. Heart of the moment. You are entering a time in your life where past and future are colliding. In the present moment, you have a powerful opportunity to decide how you wish to continue in a certain pattern of relating or not. This may mean leaving a relationship or starting a new one. It could be leaving behind karmic situations or partners. But even if you cannot yet make that decision with peace in your heart, you can still partake of the heart of this moment and decide how you shall choose to be. Will you speak? Will you choose to let go of shame and criticism, of judgment and anxiety, of loss and despair, and just be with your own heart now? Will you choose in this moment to trust yourself, even if that trust says you have to wait a while longer before you can make a more long-term decision? This is a time when you can alter your future, stepping into relationship with another, with the divine, with yourself, in a new way. Even the smallest choice for love is a step in the best direction. You have the heart of the divine within you. It's not hard for you to choose love. Let go of the people who want you to choose jealousy or fear or doubt. These negative people. Their games are not nearly as fun. Choose love, and who knows, maybe they'll join your party instead. This oracle brings you a message. You are in a transition zone in which your life and relationship, in your life and relationships. It is one moment that will manifest as many opportunities, where one choice will open up many pathways to fulfillment for you. You always have the chance to create your future with our present choices, but at this time you are in essentially fertile karmic period, having just come out of a cycle of learning and about to enter into a new cycle. This is the time to be willing to take a chance or risk to be happy within yourself, no matter what is going on around you. Your life is about to take a karmic turn, and you can feel peace in that knowing. Love provides the opportunity to express the core essence of our very nature. It touches us at a level of feeling beyond the human norm and renders our beings incapable of a feeling with greater depth or wonder. Love is the fabric of life. It is the substance that holds it all together and the magic that opens the unknown. It is the quality that speaks to our soul, that opens our hearts, that excites our spirits and allows us in its presence to become something greater than ourselves, something more than we are alone. So your masculine is beginning to realize that you enhance his life, that together you are stronger than you are apart. They are starting to turn away from those negative influences, those karmic people, those toxic situations, and move toward love. You can see the heart here. And to do this, you need to be present. You need to be in the moment. Because if you're stuck in your doubt and your fear, you're not going to see the opportunities, when they arrive. You're not going to see the signs. The divine can show you 100 signs a day, and if you're not paying attention, you're going to miss it. And this is about that. It's through love that we are transformed, that we become the best versions of ourselves. And it's love that opens the door, to a better life, a better experience. Even if there doesn't seem to be any openings, any possibility, love, the power of love can give you that opportunity, that space, that chance to change and transform your life. All right, the next one is the breaking. Here we go. You are breaking apart. You might not understand it at all. There is not so much to be understood, but the simplicity doesn't mean it is easy to endure. You may worry that you are going too far, that you may not recover or ever come back together again. But what can you do? Can you hold back from the divine love that calls you, that lures you to become all that you are, to remembering your divine nature? Well, you could try, but for what purpose? Temporary rest before the storm at best. So take the rest if you need it, then dive into the storm. Let yourself be broken-hearted by the divine so that you can become your truth, become all that you are meant to be. It is better to have the heart broken so that it grows than to be broken-hearted by thinking that you must protect yourself from love. This oracle brings compassionate guidance that no matter what sadness or anger, despair or frustration you may feel, you are being pulled apart not by dark forces, but by the loving embrace of the divine, as it strips you of that which would keep you from your divine realization. Let go and break. It's going to be the making of you. Love is a special closeness that sings from the heart, that warms my days and nights, that feels good, that makes me smile, that makes me glad to be alive. I think this card has some really good advice for both the divine feminine and the divine masculine. Love, it's about opening up. It's about vulnerability. Some of the lessons that we learn on this journey, they're difficult, but they are meant to open us up, to make space for more love, and to make space for growth and change. Think about when you were growing up and you would get growing pains. It was really uncomfortable, but you knew what the outcome would be. You knew that you were maturing, that you were becoming stronger, that that you were moving into your destiny, so to speak. And that's what's happening here. You are becoming stronger so that you can move into your destiny, so that you can take your place beside your divine feminine. And its vulnerability is not a sign of weakness. It's a sign of strength. It takes courage to be vulnerable with another person. It takes courage to let yourself, be broken, and to be open and receiving and allowing. I'm sorry, I'm constantly out of breath. I keep forgetting to breathe when I'm doing this. I'm kind of holding my breath. And you might be experiencing that too. You're kind of holding your breath, waiting for your divine masculine or your divine feminine to reach out. You could be holding your breath because you're excited, or you may even be holding your breath because you're really angry, and there's some things you don't want to say. You're trying to kind of keep some things to yourself before you lash out. Let's see if there's any more cards for the journey. Yeah, we got one more. All right, and we have the Lovers, and I really like this card in the Fountain Tarot, because the Lovers, they're in this protective bubble. The journey is protected. This journey is sacred. You can see the light coming in from the divine. The divine is blessing the Lovers in this. The divine is supporting the connection. This is a divine love. This love that you have with your masculine, your feminine, it's meant to raise the vibration of the universe. You can see the lovers here, they're like seated as if in meditation, holding hands, looking into each other's eyes. They are connecting spiritually and emotionally. They're vulnerable and open. That the fact that they're naked represents, just how open they are, just how pure their intentions are. And they're sort of, elevated. They're kind of elevated, kind of rising up above everything. This connection it's not like any other love that you've ever experienced. So why try to force it into those paradigms? Why make this love less than it is? And the next card is the Seven of Coins. And this card is about commitments, intentions. If ever you needed confirmation that your masculine is committed to the journey, that he's at work, hard at work, here it is. This is saying that he is doing the work. Whatever it looks like on the outside, he's doing the work. And so are you, Divine Feminine. I know sometimes it might feel like it's taking a long time, but it takes a long time sometimes to grow something that is, really special. That takes time and patience. So this is about remembering also to be patient with the journey, with each other, with yourself. And as you can see in the card that the man is really focused on what he's doing. He's looking at what he's doing. This is a priority for him. This isn't just a one-night stand sort of situation. This isn't a temporary fix or anything. It's a lifetime, an eternity, that he's creating here, not just something temporary. Now here we have Angel of Jupiter Awakened. I almost picked the wrong book. Right, and that's number 6. Beloved, within you there is magnificent greatness and the ability to live bolder, larger, and more exuberantly than you have ever imagined. Awaken that keen spirit hungry for adventure and new experience. The angel of Jupiter, the spirit of bold expansion and divine generosity lives within you. Your spirit cannot be made small, so don't make your love smaller than it is intended to be by forcing it to be something it's not. But, Your spirit cannot be made small, but must be free. Start now. Feel the endlessness of your own heart. What can be done today to live bigger? A smile, a yes to the offer of adventure, sharing vulnerability without fear, taking a step forward into the unknown, daring to imagine the divine doesn't just happen to you, but happens through you, as you. Embrace the courage of your own open heart and dare to dream, beloved. The bold, divine nature within you is calling you to do great things. Now is your time to awaken. This oracle holds a message of guidance for you. You are being given an opportunity that can change your life. Don't hesitate to accept it. If you are acting with more assertiveness, more generosity, more playfulness, and more spiritual authority than usual, this is confirmation that this is coming from a genuine place within you. If you are experiencing some havoc in your life or a sense that things are changing, this oracle comes as affirmation. Yes, there is change, and yes, you are outgrowing what once was. So you will be prepared to receive that which is more suited for your next stage of growth. Awaken in your arms. I wait to stop time, savoring each moment for an eternity. Like an angel, you light the room, your love giving life to the love I've held within. Unbridled and free, our dreams unfolds, and we are forever changed. So this is about not, making yourself small, not dimming your light, not trying to make the relationship into something it's not settling for something less than what, it could be. And this is also about letting go of the past. You know, if you've had a connection with your divine masculine in the past and now you're in separation, you know, let that go. Allow your relationship to grow and to evolve into what it's meant to be. Don't try to force it into what it once was. Don't try to recreate that. You know, you have outgrown that dream. That dream is too small for you now. So dream bigger and bolder. And remember that it takes hard work and dedication to make, you know, your dreams come true. All right. I hope you enjoyed.